The case of the missing pants. In Washington, D.C., a judge named Roy Pearson became infamous for suing a dry cleaning business for $54 million after claiming they lost his favorite pair of pants. He based his lawsuit on the store's sign that said, "Satisfaction Guaranteed," arguing it was false advertising. The ridiculous case dragged on for years, sparking public outrage and mockery. Eventually, the court ruled against him, calling the lawsuit absurd. The incident became a global symbol of how far people could stretch the legal system, all over a pair of missing trousers. Woman sues McDonald's over hot coffee. Stella Liebeck, a 79-year-old woman, accidentally spilled McDonald's coffee on her lap, suffering third-degree burns. Many thought her lawsuit was silly, until they learned McDonald's served coffee at 190 degrees Fahrenheit 88 degrees Celsius, hot enough to cause serious injury in seconds. She initially sought $20,000 for medical bills, but McDonald's refused. After trial, she won nearly $3 million in damages, later reduced. The case led to widespread reforms in product safety and became a landmark example of consumer protection versus corporate negligence, showing that not every funny lawsuit is baseless. The monkey selfie case. In Indonesia, a wild macaque monkey named Naruto grabbed photographer David Slater's camera and took several hilarious selfies. When the photos went viral, the animal rights group PETA sued on Naruto's behalf, claiming the monkey owned the copyright to the pictures. The bizarre case sparked an international debate. Can animals own intellectual property? After years of arguments, the court ruled that only humans can hold copyrights. The story remains one of the weirdest legal battles in photography, where a curious monkey briefly became the face of a major copyright controversy. The haunted house lawsuit. When Helen Ackley sold her beautiful old home in New York, she didn't mention one important detail. The house was famously believed to be haunted. The new buyer, Jeffrey Stambovsky, sued after discovering its spooky reputation through local gossip and media stories. Surprisingly, the court sided with him, ruling that since the house was publicly known as haunted, the seller had a duty to disclose that fact. The home was officially deemed legally haunted, and the ruling became one of the most bizarre real estate decisions in U.S. history. Man sues himself. In Virginia, prison inmate Robert Lee Brock filed one of the strangest lawsuits ever against himself. He claimed he had violated his own civil rights by getting drunk and committing crimes that landed him in prison. He demanded $5 million in damages from himself, but asked the state to pay since he was incarcerated and couldn't work. The judge dismissed the case, calling it absurd but oddly creative. Brock's bizarre self-lawsuit still appears in law textbooks as an example of how legal filings can sometimes stretch logic beyond reason. Woman sues weatherman. In Israel, a woman sued a TV weatherman after he wrongly predicted sunny weather. Trusting his forecast, she dressed lightly, was caught in a rainstorm, fell ill, and missed several days of work. She claimed the inaccurate forecast caused emotional distress and medical expenses. Incredibly, the station settled the case for $1,000 and issued an apology. The strange lawsuit became an international headline, showing how even a simple mistake in weather reporting could turn into a courtroom battle over personal responsibility and public trust. The beer company illusion case. A Michigan man filed a lawsuit against Anheuser-Busch, claiming Budweiser commercials misled him. The ads showed beer drinkers surrounded by beautiful women after opening a can. The man argued he suffered emotional distress and psychological injury because the commercials made him believe drinking beer would attract women, and it didn't. Unsurprisingly, the court dismissed the case. However, it became a famous example of how seriously, or literally, some people interpret advertising. The lawsuit still makes law students laugh as one of the silliest ever filed. The Pepsi Harrier jet case. In the 1990s, Pepsi ran a commercial joking that 7 million Pepsi points could win a fighter jet. A business student named John Leonard decided to take it seriously. He raised the money and sent in the points, demanding his jet. Pepsi refused, saying it was an obvious joke. Leonard sued, arguing that the ad constituted a legal offer. The court ruled in Pepsi's favor, saying no reasonable person would expect to receive a military jet from a soda promotion. The case became legendary in marketing law classes worldwide. The ghostwriter case. A writer accused J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, of stealing her ideas from an unpublished manuscript. The case dragged on for years, with claims that certain themes and character names were copied. Rowling firmly denied the allegations, calling them utterly baseless. Eventually, the court dismissed the lawsuit due to lack of evidence. The strange battle highlighted how coincidences in creative writing can lead to unexpected legal fights, and how fame can attract bizarre accusations from those hoping for a share of success. The time traveler defense. A man named Andrew Carlson was arrested for insider trading after making incredibly accurate stock predictions. When questioned, he claimed he was a time traveler from the year 2256 who used future knowledge to make money. Authorities, of course, didn't believe him. No record of his existence was found prior to his arrest, and after being released on bail, he reportedly disappeared. Though likely a hoax, the story became one of the strangest legal defenses ever claimed, blurring the line between science fiction and courtroom absurdity. The phantom pregnancy case. A woman in Spain sued a hospital for losing her baby, claiming staff had secretly taken her newborn during delivery. After months of investigation, doctors revealed she had never been pregnant, suffering from pseudocyesis, a psychological condition where a person believes they are pregnant despite no fetus. The lawsuit was quickly dismissed, but the case drew global attention for its emotional intensity and medical oddity. It showed how mental health can complicate legal matters, leading to one of the most surreal hospital lawsuits ever recorded. The Pokémon Go trespassing lawsuits. When Pokémon Go launched, millions of players began wandering into yards, cemeteries, and even police stations to catch digital creatures. Dozens of homeowners filed lawsuits against Niantic, the game's developer, for trespassing and nuisance. Players claimed the app's map encouraged them to enter private property. Niantic eventually settled and changed its game design to avoid legal trouble. The incident showed how augmented reality blurred the line between real and virtual worlds, and how quickly new technology can create legal problems no one ever imagined. The couch potato divorce case. In Italy, a woman filed for divorce from her husband, claiming he loved football more than her. He spent nearly all his free time watching matches on TV, ignoring her completely. The court agreed, ruling that his obsession amounted to emotional abandonment. The woman was granted a divorce, and the case became a national talking point. It highlighted how personal habits, even something as common as sports fandom, can end up as legal grounds for separation in modern relationship. The lottery ticket dispute. Two best friends in England celebrated after winning £7 million on a shared lottery ticket. But when one tried to claim the full prize alone, the other took him to court. Text messages, witness statements, and CCTV footage from the shop revealed the ticket was indeed a joint purchase. The judge ordered the winnings to be split equally. The story turned a dream moment into a nightmare and served as a reminder that money can test even the strongest friendships, especially when millions are at stake. The burglar who sued the homeowner. A burglar in California broke into a family's garage, but got trapped when the door jammed. He was stuck for 8 days, surviving only on dog food and soda. After escaping, he astonishingly sued the homeowners for mental anguish and emotional distress. To everyone's disbelief, he actually won a small settlement in court. The case caused outrage across the U.S., becoming a legendary example of legal loopholes and how criminals sometimes exploit the system in the most unbelievable ways. Thanks for joining us till end. If the video is informative and interesting, so please subscribe our channel.